Welcome to Pog or Dog with your host TeePenguyen, and joining her tonight for a special girls episode, we have SoccerEmily and me, Lisa.
Hi everybody! Welcome to Pog or Dog, episode 12. I know what you're thinking. It's looking a little different today. A little petite, a little more female. Hi everyone, I'm T, and I'm joined here today with my special guests, Emily and Lisa. Let's give it a hand for them. Thank you girls so much for joining me on this podcast and for our girls takeover. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. I have a lot of questions. We're going to get to know each other some more. Going to talk about our college life, some parties, and get into the juicy stuff like boys, relationships, our first. So it's going to be really fun, and I'm really excited. Thank you guys for tuning in. And why don't we just get started? Why don't we do quick introductions really quick for the chatters out there? Like I said, I'm T. I'm Justin's, what would you say, significant object? I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm glad. Thanks, Justin, for letting me join the podcast. But we could go ahead. Emily, do you want to start off?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Emily. I'm someone that Justin somehow happens to know. So I'm excited to be here with some of my girlfriends. And yeah, this is actually perfect, though, T, because we were just talking it's Women's History Month. So this is perfect time for this podcast. So I'm super excited.
Yes, what better way to celebrate Women's History Month, right? Feminism all the way. Lisa?
Okay, my name is Lisa. I met Justin online. Yeah.
Why do you have to say it like that? It sounds like you guys were online dating or something.
No.
You only meet sketchy people online, right?
Yep.
Don't meet strangers online. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So I know we all kind of know each other through Justin and stuff. I wanted to know, what was your first impression of him? Because that's kind of how, we're all here today because we're able to join his podcast. But yeah, what was your first impression? What did you think of him? Because I definitely have a story that I could tell, but you guys can go first.
Lisa, do you want to start?
I can start. Well, I met Justin through a friend, and I hung out with Justin one-on-one for the first time on Discord. We were building a Minecraft university or a library or something, and he was just very easy to talk to. That's all I remember. He was asking me about zodiac and stuff.
Oh my gosh, of course.
Nice.
Dude.
Sounds like Justin.
He was like, "Oh, have you ever played Minecraft? I really want to get into it and all this stuff." I'm like, dude, isn't that for I don't know. All I know about Minecraft is my little sister playing it. So I was just like, oh, okay. No, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, I met Justin about a month into freshman year of college. I don't remember what I was doing, but I got back to our dorm and I lived on the 4th floor, so I had to walk up 4 flights of stairs. And at each floor there were the common spaces, and he was the floor below me, so he was on the 3rd floor, and he was just hanging out by himself on one of the couches in the common area there on his floor. And I think he asked me something about he was like, "Oh, did you just get back from a party?" I don't know, I guess it was a weekend or something, and I was like, "No, I don't go to parties or whatever." And he's like, "Oh, cool, me neither." And yeah, the rest is history. That's how we hit it off and became pretty close from our mutual dislike of college parties. So
yeah, I remember
my first impression of sorry, yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I remember he was wearing PJs, and I was kind of like, this guy's kind of strange. Why is he hanging out here by himself, just wearing pajamas on a random night? But yeah, I don't know. I was like, he's kind of interesting. I don't usually talk to random people. They don't usually talk to me, but this guy's different, so I guess I'll give him a chance.
Yeah, the PJs don't change. they're still here. Yeah. No, I remember that night, Emily. Because if you guys didn't know, Emily and I are roommates, and we could talk about that story later in the podcast. But later, I don't know if it was that same week or that same night, but Emily's like, "Oh, I just met this guy," and we both don't go partying or anything. Like, I'll invite him over sometime so you can meet him. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds cool. Like, I'm down to meet anyone, really, because we're freshmen in college and stuff. But that night that Justin, like, came over, that you invited him, he, like, walked in, and then he, like, walked back out. And I'm like, what the heck? And then he walked back in, but this time it's Rihanna's Umbrella playing, like, under my umbrella. And he's just like lip syncing it. You know, the Tom Holland lip sync is just like that before Tom Holland even did it. And I was just like, dude, this guy's freaking hilarious. Like, it's so funny. And then, like, he walked back out, and it'd be a different song every time. And then he started singing, like, You're Beautiful and all this stuff. And Umbrella do go
Still have
hard.
that video.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he started, like, editing your essay in, like, different languages, or not languages, in different accents. He was like,
accents.
Yeah. I thought, like, wow, this dude's hilarious for sure. I really want him to be like my gay best friend, kind of.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I knew he was cool from the get-go, so I'm glad we're all in agreement. I don't know if he's still cool now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, he peaked probably freshman year, but it's fine.
Totally. All right. I want to get to know you girls some more. I know Emily the most, since we shared basically a room for 2 years in college. I just want all of us to kind of get to know each other more, spill the tea. I want to know, what was it like growing up for you guys? I know for me and Emily, we kind of had similar, like, stories almost. We both grew up in, like, the Midwest, and then we moved to Colorado literally, like, the same year at the same time. And we, even though we lived in, like, different cities, we still, like, had our first jobs within, like, a mile of each other for some reason, right? It was meant to be, basically. But yeah, I just want to get into, like, what was it like growing up for you guys? Because I know it was all different for all of us. You go, Emily, since I shout out your name.
Yeah, so like T said, I was born in Indiana, so I'm a Midwest girl. And lived there until I was
Hoosiers.
7. Yeah.
Is that
right,
it?
you know. Yeah. Yeah, and then moved out to Colorado when I was 7. So I don't, like, remember a ton from my time in Indiana. But yeah, I grew up in Westminster then, I guess, once I moved out to Colorado. So I worked in, like, Broomfield, which is where T was saying, like, we both had, like, our first jobs. And I worked at a Jamba Juice, and then, like, right down the road was, like, her frozen yogurt shop that she worked at. So it was kind of cool, like, finding that out later on, that we, like, worked so close together. But yeah, and then I was in my senior year of high school when my family decided to move further north in Colorado. So where they live now is up towards, like, the Wyoming border, like 45 minutes from Wyoming. So pretty far north. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about growing up.
Were you, like, a goody or, like, a mischievous kid?
Oh, I would definitely say I was more the rebel child. I'm not the oldest child in my family. Yeah, but I was definitely the one who kind of paved the way for my siblings with pretty much everything. So I was, like, the first one to, like, kind of go off to college, like, kind of move out, like, got into trouble with the most, like, stuff. So
what did you do? Did you do anything crazy?
Oh, I don't know. I think the craziest thing I ever did was, like, sneak off to, like, hang out with boys. So, which was pretty crazy by, like, my parents' standards, but I guess most people wouldn't consider that too crazy. I was never, like, a reckless child, I guess, but definitely put my parents through some headaches.
They, like, how did they discipline you when you, like, would run away and hang out with boys?
My dad showed up. He like, followed me into town, and I was hanging out with this guy, and he, like, straight up yelled at him, like, in front of everyone, and was like, all right, Emily, you go home right now, and just, like, went to town on this poor guy. I felt so embarrassed. Yeah.
Oh, how old were you at that time?
How old?
Yeah.
I was 16, 17.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, okay.
But yeah, like I wasn't even that young, but like I said,
Yeah.
I was like the first one in my family to like, start exploring and venturing out. So my parents were like, "Oh no, how do we deal with this?" But
You're like the black sheep of the family, like they would say.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Totally.
Yeah.
Lisa,
Yep.
what were you like growing up? Were you also kind of mischievous?
No, I was like a goody two shoes. I was like teacher's pet.
Oh, Lisa.
Yeah. I would stay after school and help my teacher like paint like posters.
Oh.
Yeah.
And did you always, I know you're from California and you live in LA
Mhm.
now. Did you always live
Yeah.
in LA? Were you born there?
Yeah, I was born in LA. I'm from the 626. Still in the 626. Yeah. That's
And
it.
you've lived in the same house that you were born in, raised, everything.
No, I used to live in my grandma's house, and then I moved to another grandma's house, and then my cousin's house, and then this house.
Oh, okay. Got you. Got you.
Mhm.
Wow. Well, I was also a very mischievous kid. Can you imagine? I I didn't run off with boys, but I definitely ran off with like there's like this neighborhood girl and we'd always go out and like just play on other people's playgrounds or like get into trouble and stuff. We'd steal bikes for like a day and like
Oh
ride them
no.
around the park and then like we'd put it back, but it's just like, for like being 8 years old and going out and like um sneaking out and stuff like I definitely got disciplined a lot as a kid. I did some crazy things. I also like was so mean to my sisters. I like shoved crayons up their noses and I cut their hair. Dude, I was on something. I don't know why. I was such a rebellious kid. But even then, like middle school even, I was still like a bully. Like I had this group of girlfriends and there's like this new girl and I'm like, "Oh, I'll befriend the new girl." But like I had just bought like new Converse or something at that time and she like accidentally spilled ketchup on my Converse and I just no, oh girl, no, no, no. I just about had it and I just like bullied her a lot and like looking back on it now I was just like I feel a lot of regret and I was just like, "Oh my god, like I can't believe I was like that." To have so much shade for someone for ruining my Converse. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I definitely was a bully. And it wasn't until I got bullied that I was just like, huh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And yeah, I feel like I flipped like a 180 once I got into high school. That's when I did like a lot of community service and like joined a lot of clubs and stuff. And I didn't really feel like I felt like more meaningful path of life is to help other people rather than to berate them if they ruin my shoes or not. So, or did you guys do any clubs in high school and stuff?
I did Key Club, but I wasn't active in it at all. I was just in it for
Really?
like volunteer hours.
What
I
is
swear
Tea
I did
Club?
like I did
Oh,
400 hours I think in high school.
oh yeah, Emily, you were homeschooled.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not in any class.
Wait, can you tell us like what homeschool was
I mean, I have nothing to compare it to, but I I thought it was I honestly okay, there was like a period of time where I did not appreciate that I was homeschooled because I was during high school I played for a charter school on their high school soccer team. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I wish I could go to school every day with like all my teammates and friends." And I like tried super hard to convince my parents to like let me go to school at that point. But beyond that time, I honestly really did like being homeschooled because I was a year ahead the whole time through school. Like I skipped kindergarten and I don't know if that would have been possible if I had been in school. And so I was happy to like be able to just kind of move at my own pace and like graduate early and just kind of do my own thing. A lot of people are always like, "Oh my gosh, did it feel like jumping into cold water like when you started like college?" And like honestly, no. Like I feel like it was just such a smooth transition. So um, I don't know. I think it was like a good experience. I definitely feel like I wish I had had some of the opportunities to like I don't know. I've always wanted to do a science fair and be in like the science
like?
club and stuff like that at high school, but um I don't know. I honestly feel like I didn't miss out on that much. Kind of enjoyed it. So
That's good. I feel like there's um a lot of stereotypes and stuff around people who are homeschooled. Like I'm sure like there are things that you wish you would have had, but I'm sure there are a lot of things that you still got to experience anyways. Like did you have a prom?
I got asked to prom my senior year of high school. Um,
Oh, Emily.
he was my neighbor and he was someone that I knew from like my church. But yeah, my parents said no. They were like, "We know what happens at prom. You're not going to prom." So, yeah, I did not end up going to prom, but I was asked. So,
Oh. It's okay.
yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. Lisa, did you go to prom?
I did go to prom.
Oh, and did someone ask you?
No, but yeah, I went with my friends. It was fun, but I don't know. My prom was on a boat, so
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
that
so
sounds fun.
sick. Oh my
it was
gosh.
it was fun, but it was so like packed, and people were like jumping because that's all people know how to do, like when they're dancing in high school. And then the DJ was like, "You guys have to stop, or else we're turning the boat around." So we were just like moving back and forth,
Moving
and that
back
was
and forth.
it.
You're not afraid of like rocking the boat like a certain way and you guys all like, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think any of us cared. I mean, I can't swim, but like someone will save me, right?
True, 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 true. Honestly, Emily,
Lisa,
like,
when
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say when we get into the podcast later and talk about college parties, I'll tell Lisa about the story as to why you should never jump too much.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
ready.
Okay, okay. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. But
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Okay,
What
okay.
was I gonna say? Oh, honestly, Emily, like the school dances, they're just trashy. Like you'll just see these 14, 15-year-olds and there's like used condoms on the ground and you're like,
Ew.
and okay, I was super innocent in high school. I don't know if you guys were too, probably. But I was just like, oh, what's that? And I had no idea what it was until someone told me. They're like, oh yeah, no, it's that, and I'm like, oh no.
Wait, did you touch one or what?
No, I was just like, you know
Ew.
what? I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just saying it's super trashy. Don't feel like you ever missed out because honestly, I wish I had never experienced it, to be honest. But
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fair.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I definitely had my dress picked out though. I was like so excited.
Aw.
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
But
Prom is overrated.
yeah.
It's overrated.
Overrated for
Yeah,
sure. I
for
mean, it
sure.
is fun to like dress up with your girlfriends and stuff. No one asked me to prom. I asked my best friend to prom, which she was a
Ooh,
girl.
fun.
And it was just us and it's just cool. We just like dance together and stuff. So that's really all like high school is. You stick to your group of buddies, your ride or dies, and you just kind of go through the growing pains of being 14 to 17 or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys know
Mm.
what you wanted to do when you were in high school? Like going into college and stuff?
No.
No. I honestly didn't because I was a theater kid in school.
You were?
I was, dude. I
Wait,
was
I
like,
was
wait, what? What?
no, I wasn't a theater kid, but I did like what is it? Play production.
What's that?
Where you like we just paint the stuff and we do the lights for you guys, and like we like hook up mics for you guys.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We call that tech theater at my high
Okay,
school.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
same
yeah.
thing, same thing.
Yeah. But I know it's super surprising because I'm like super shy and like very introverted, but I loved like the musicals and being a part of the plays and stuff. My high school was like on one because all the actors, like all the students like that were acting and stuff, they're now on like Broadway or something. Like it was a huge deal at my school. Yeah, so just to work with them, it was like really cool. But definitely, if you look at old videos that my parents have of me in like the freaking Susical, oh my god, I just like it's so bad. And of course, I'm so short, so they put me in the front, and I don't know how to like. I still don't know how to like manage my emotions well, so I'm just like. Just look ridiculous. But yeah, I wanted to be like in acting and like theater and all that stuff. And it wasn't until I like joined clubs like community service where I'm just like, huh, maybe I should like think about helping other people. I don't know. But yeah, that's how I went from like theater kid to like I was also on the hip hop club. Lisa, Lisa, I know you dance
Hip-hop
too.
club.
Yes, dude. Oh my god. Again, more cringy videos of me dancing at my talent show. I thought I was the shit, you guys. I literally was like, yeah, watch me b-boy. Watch me do this. Oh. Baby freeze. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. No, honestly, it's so bad. But yeah, I feel like I was very artistic at first. And then I kind of grew to like science and stuff. And then that's how I got into nursing, which I do now. So I don't know, Emily, do you feel the same way? Like, did you start off like kind of different at first, but then you like branched off and like found your way to healthcare? Because I know we're kind of in a similar field.
Yeah, honestly, not really. I feel like so ever since my sophomore year of high school, I kind of knew what I wanted to do.
Oh.
Originally I really wanted to do med school, and so I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to do like the medical route, like go surgical. And I wouldn't say that's like completely changed. Like that's still something that I'd like to do one day, but I was deciding between that and then my mom kind of like introduced me to physical therapy, and she's like, "Oh, here's like another option too. Like you could do this." And I just like kind of like looked at them, and then I ended up choosing physical therapy when I like started school because I was like, well, I feel like I don't want to have to commit to like medicine right now and have to like sign off like so many years of my life. At the moment, I was like, I think one day I want to have a family and have like time outside of work. So I was like, I think physical therapy is like what I want to do. And just like I love interacting with people, and I just kind of felt like that met all of like my personal goals. But yeah, I was definitely into like healthcare since high school. But I did have kind of a point in time, I think like right before I started college, where I considered going into linguistics because English was always like my best subject in school. And I was like, oh, I would really like to be like an author one day. Maybe I should like go for English or whatever. But other than that, my mind's always been set pretty much on healthcare. But
Wow, you're committed. I like it. I like it.
yeah.
Lisa, what did you want to be when you were growing up? Like, were you like, oh, I want to be like
Um,
a dancer or an astronaut?
to be honest, when I was like a little kid, I wanted to be like a what is it, a cash register person because I wanted to click the buttons on the screen and just do
I
like the
love
little
that.
beep thing. It goes beep beep.
Lisa, I feel like every like Asian restaurant I go to, there's always like a 12-year-old kid like ringing me up on the register.
I don't know, but then I wanted to do that because it looked fun. And then like I don't know why, but like in middle school, I was like, I'm gonna be a K-pop star. And then I was like, I'm gonna audition. There's a video of me like of my audition somewhere out there on YouTube. I'm not gonna show anyone.
We
I
need to find
private
it.
it.
We
No,
guys,
I put it on private. You guys aren't gonna find it, but that was my dream. And then I don't know. I've just been here.
nice, nice. What do you work now actually? What do you do
Yeah,
now?
I do. I work with kids with autism. I just help
Oh.
them have like a normal life.
Oh.
Hmm.
You'd be really good at that, Lisa.
Yeah, and I love kids. Today, one of the kids told me that I was her best friend, and it's like the second
Oh,
day
Oh.
meeting her.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that. Well, we talked about high school. I think it's time to roll into what it was like in college. And okay, now I need to share the story of how I met Emily. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Emily, do you know my side of the story? I think I tell you like all the time.
yeah, I think I've heard it maybe a couple times, but I don't know. I'm definitely down to get.
Okay, you guys, believe it or not, Emily was not supposed to be my roommate. So yes, I know. So like in college they have like that roommate portal system where they like match you with someone who's like very similar to you. It's kind of like online dating, but like with
Mm-hmm.
your like freshman year roommate. I
Yeah.
did that and I met this girl. I won't say her name. Let's call her Shay. So I met this girl Shay, and she like we hit it off. Like we got along really well. We were planning things, texting all summer. We're like, oh yeah, like we're gonna add this to our dorm room and everything. Like we like became really good friends actually during the summertime. And then the day that we're moving in, I'm like, oh, are you excited to move in? And she's like, oh, yeah, totally. I can't wait to see you. And as I'm texting her, walking up the steps to the 4th floor of Desmet Regis, there's Emily in the room. And I'm like, I don't think this is her. She looks totally different from her Facebook picture. And I was just like, hi, Emily, do you remember? I was just like, like really awkward. And then I ran out the room because I was just like, what just happened? Like, I was just talking to this girl and then she totally flaked on me and there's a stranger in my room. Like, did I get the wrong room? So I ran down to the residents, the people, whoever doing the dorm stuff. I was just like, hey, like, is this the right room? They're like, no, yeah, that's your room. And I'm like, who's my roommate? They're like, oh, Emily Hill. And I'm like, no, it's supposed to be Shay. And I was just like, I was texting that girl. I was just like, hey, like, where are you? Like, you know, you're like, whatever, like, where are you? And she's like, oh, yeah, actually, I was gonna tell you that I'm taking a year off of school. And I'm like, you could have told me that like a week before or a day before. You just waited till the very last minute until I found out I had a different roommate. I was just like, are you kidding me? I was so upset. But life carries on. I like moved in, put my stuff away, and I was just like, man, like, I really hope that this Emily chick, like, I hope she's cool or whatever. But honestly, I think things happen for a reason, and I'm actually happier that Emily was my roommate rather than the Shay girl, because you know, someone who's flaky like that's kind of mean, right? Mm-hmm. But you know, the other podcasts that Justin did, I forgot the love one. They're like, oh, soulmates are made. No, soulmates are destined to be, because Emily is definitely my soulmate. There's a reason that she and I have met in this universe, and we worked within a mile of each other, and we have similar stories. So I'm really happy it all worked out. But definitely, like, I was just like, dude, what the heck? Like, why be flaky like that, man? I just say, yeah. Did you have
I don't know if I was going to say, I don't know if I ever told you, but whenever I found out that you were going to be my roommate, because I was like late registering to school because I wasn't supposed to go to Regis, right? So like it was kind of all last minute and figuring out the room and stuff. And when they gave me your name and I saw like your profile and stuff, I was like, oh, okay, like this girl seems all right. I was like, you wrote something in your bio about wanting to be like an old lady with cats and tattoos of cats or something like that. And I was like, oh boy, like this is going to be an experience. But I decided, I was like, oh, I'll look her up on Facebook and see if we can like connect. And I found a girl who was like, had the same exact name as you, like first name, last name. And I think she was like in the Denver area or whatever on the Regis page. So I was like, this has got to be her. And I messaged her and I was like, hey, like, I think you're my roommate or whatever. And she's like, no, I definitely have a different roommate. And it was not you at all. But that was kind of funny. I reached out to her and was like, oh, this isn't even my roommate. She just has the same exact name as my roommate. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could tell you now that I still want cats and I still want tattoos. I don't know if I want tattoos of cats, but
okay.
I know. It's so funny. Lisa, did you have live on campus your first year?
I did, but I didn't live in a dorm. I lived in an apartment with 5 other girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
5 roommates. How was that?
Yeah, there were 4 rooms. 3 rooms of 2. We had bunk beds, and then the 4th room was like a room full of desks. So it's just 6 desks around if we ever needed. Or I think there were actually only 4 desks. So we had a shared desk with each other. And my roommate hated me, apparently because I use a nightlight. She could have just told me. But whatever, it's fine. I moved out and I found like my best friends once I moved out. So it ended up being okay.
That's good. Do you guys have any weird roommate stories? I know my only roommate really was Emily, and she's been like the best roommate ever, honestly. I was tied to the hip with this girl. We did everything together. The first month of college, I was just like, we're doing everything. I have no friends, and I really don't want to reach out to other people, so. But do you guys have like really bad like roommate stories?
Um, my roommate, one time I went to a party, and every time I come back, I'm super quiet, right? Because I was on the top bunk and I didn't want to bother her sleeping, and I tried to be as quiet as I could. But one night I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to a party tonight," and I came back and she locked the room door, and she had brought my pillow and blanket from the top of like where I was sleeping, and she just threw it on the living room floor. And I was like, What? Like, she didn't even put it, like, on the couch. She just threw it on the floor. So I slept on the rug on the floor.
No, are you
Because the
serious?
couch was, like,
Like,
exactly, like, my height. And I couldn't, like, sleep comfortably.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
dang.
Yeah. She was
Oh,
the worst
Yikes.
girl.
I'm sorry, Lisa. That freaking sucks.
It's okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Heck. Oh. Yeah, I have several bad roommate stories. T, honestly, I wish you had like never moved away. I wish you had
oh,
never studied abroad,
Emily. I
never
know.
went home. It just went downhill after that.
Oh no.
So when T went to study abroad, because we were in like an apartment too at that point with like, ooh, how many of there were 7 of us, right? So it was like us and then like 5 other girls, and there were like 4 of the girls moving out at the one time. So we had to get like a bunch of new people to fill up our spots. And so one of the spots that was open was my like roommate, and they told me we were about to go on like Thanksgiving break or whatever. So we were all about to go home for like a couple days, and they sent me an email like, "Oh, hey, like your roommate's moving out next semester. Like you have a couple options. Like do you want to find someone to be your roommate? Do you want to like have a random person be your roommate? Like let us know what you want to do." I was like, "Okay, cool." I went home for like Thanksgiving break, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to think about it right now cuz like I'm on break." And I was talking to one of my good friends at the time about like moving in with me, so I was like, "Okay, I think I already have a plan anyway." And I got back to school like after the break, and I get an email from like the residence life, and they're like, "Oh, here's your new roommate. Like she's a transfer student and she's going to be moving in like next semester." And I was like, "What the heck? Like I didn't agree to this." So I went to like see the person who was in charge of the residence life, and she was like, "Oh yeah, well like, like we just didn't want to wait that long for like you to make a decision or whatever." And I was like, I was pretty upset, but I was like, "Okay, whatever. Like maybe she'll be super cool." Like I didn't know T before she was my roommate, so I was like, "Okay, it'll just be another like cool situation." No, this girl was literally, we were okay at first, but then she decided to like become like best friends with one of the other girls in our house who was a senior and didn't take anything seriously at the time, and I was a sophomore. And so I was like still pretty focused on school and stuff. And these two just wanted to party like literally every single night of the week. They would come back at like 2 in the morning, like drunk, like super loud, and I would have like 8 a.m. like physics the next day. And so
Oh, not
we
the
ended up,
8
it
a.m.
kind of
class.
divided. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it was rough. It kind of divided our house. We like all ended up picking sides and just hated each other. And it was not a good situation. We ended up being able to figure it out, but there were definitely some times where it got kind of rough. So that was a bad situation. But the other roommate that I had, it was when I got back from studying abroad. I was coming back in the middle of the school year, and so I just needed a place to stay for like one semester. And so they placed me randomly with a couple of girls. And this girl was from the Bay Area actually. So I was like, okay, she'll be cool, like whatever. She was a theater person, so I was like, all right, like that's fine. Yeah, no, theater people I guess don't like have homework, so she just spent all of her time like baking and like making the kitchen an absolute mess. And then every night she had to have the window open, and I slept next to the windows in our room. And I'm like a naturally cold person, so I cannot have a window open when it was like winter time. It was like the spring semester, so it was pretty cold. And there were times when we had like snowstorms and it was like snowing outside, and she still had the window like wide open. So yeah, I kind of did not really appreciate living with her. She was also just like, I don't know, like never put things away. It was kind of rough. She would go into the bathroom because like shower and stuff, and she would be in there singing at the top of her lungs for like 60 minutes, and I was like, I just need to pee, like can I please just use the bathroom, like just get out of the shower, like no one wants to hear your personal concert right now. Yeah, so it definitely made me appreciate having T as a roommate so much more, because yeah,
Oh,
it's tough to find good roommates.
Mhm.
these theater kids, am I
But
right?
Yeah, seriously. Nah.
Oh my gosh. Lisa, did you have like any good college moments? Like anything memorable or yeah, stuff like that.
Mm, the biggest thing that I like want to go back to college for is like my club that I was a part of. It was like the K-pop dance club. I was a leader for 2 years, and
Let's
it's like
go,
my
Lisa.
baby. It's like
Oh.
my yeah, because it okay, not trying to be rude, but before I took over, it was very messy. It didn't look good, but I guess I just am a good leader, and people liked me enough, so they like listened to me. No moves. I'm shy, but yeah, that's the only thing that I like really want to go back to. I miss my friends, but I can see them anytime I want. It's just like the club was like our own little family.
Oh, that's sweet. How'd you get into like dancing though? Like, did someone
Um,
introduce you, or did you just like on a whim? You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna join this club. Whatever.
no, well, like since like so I have listened to K-pop since like 2010, and like I've always done like dancing at home by myself. I just learned the dances for fun, and sometimes at my church we like just perform dances, and I teach them too. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it. So I guess I've always been dancing, but like by myself.
Oh, nice, nice. Why can't you show us a couple moves? Teach me something. I'm a hip hop dancer. At least I used to
Oh,
be.
oh.
Oh, oh, oh. A little bit of this, a little of this. Yeah, yeah. Emily, show me some moves. A little bit.
Oh, I wasn't the one on the dance team.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Actually, um, I stopped dancing once I got to college. Like you will not see me dance unless I have a few drinks in, to be honest.
um,
Yes, yes, for sure, for sure. Yeah. Do you have any memorable college moments, Emily?
Honestly, it just always comes back to like our late nights. I feel like when like the four of us would hang out and we would be like, I don't know, just chilling or like doing homework, and it'd be like 2 in the morning and we're like, all right, let's go out and like get food or whatever, because that's something I don't get to do anymore, and I appreciate it a lot more now that it's like not there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, just kind of the simple things. I feel like that's what you learn to appreciate once you're out of school.
Oh yeah,
For
definitely. Like
sure.
it was us
Yeah.
two when we were tied at the hip, and then these two weird guys joined us, I guess, Justin and Jared. They cock blocked us, if you will. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we
True.
became like our four little family, and we hung out all the time. Um, oh my gosh, Ellie, we have to talk about the spot. Oh, and
Oh,
why you shouldn't jump at a party, right? So
ugh,
I my
yeah.
first college party was actually like Halloween weekend. Do you remember that, Emily? Like we went together, we were dressed as like baseball
Yeah.
players or something. Like I just borrowed some random girl's jersey and I'm like, "Sure, I'm in college. I'll go to my first college party." I didn't even drink or anything. It was super boring and I was just like super clingy to Emily like, I don't know anyone and all this. But yeah, definitely like the one party that made it on the news was the one that was like one of my like I would consider that more of my first college party. Yeah. Emily, what
Yeah.
I'll let you share the story since it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, 'cause T, were you there when like it all went down, or you just left, right? Like you just got out
I
of there
had
right before it
just
happened.
left. Yeah. Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, so because I was still with Justin and then like a couple of our other friends, and I just remember like we were all crowded into like this little space, and just jumping. They had like big speakers up on like stands and stuff, and they had like a DJ, someone DJing, and yeah, it was like at one point I wasn't drinking that night because I didn't drink freshman year, and I just like standing on the outside of the room, like pressed up against the wall, and I remember like kind of jumping with the group, but I like look up at the speaker, and I just like get this feeling. I was like, something is about to happen. Like this is not gonna end well, and sure enough, like right after that, I just like see the whole like floor just collapse inward, just like 4 feet deep hole, like just falls all the way through the like kitchen island, like fell into the hole, and there's just like this massive group of people that just like fell with the floor as it collapsed.
Oh my God.
It kind of just turned into chaos after that. Everyone was like screaming and panicking. Justin's standing beside me, like with his Snapchat whipped out, like filming the whole thing.
Of course, of course.
Of course. But
Justin.
yeah, and so like basically what happened, they told us, was that we broke a gas line, but we were lucky in that, because I guess there was an issue with the foundation. The house did not have a foundation, so that was kind of crazy. But like, we broke a gas line, but we also broke a water line at the same time.
Oh my
And
God.
so it held off the explosion until we were like, I don't know, gave us a couple minutes. Everyone was able to get out. I remember I like ran straight to like the first like window. The guy who like lived there was like trying to help direct us all, and he's like, go, you gotta like jump. And I'm like following people out this window, and I jumped like 4 feet out the window, like into a bush, and then just like took off. And then here I realized like none of my friends are behind me. So I was like, I sprinted back to the house, and I was like trying to find people. And I was like, oh, have you seen Justin? Have you seen like so-and-so? And yeah, they were like, no, but like you gotta go, like you gotta get out of here. So I just like ended up leaving, and I was like, I have no idea where my friends are, like what's gonna happen. And we were all able to get out fine. Like no one ended up getting injured, but it ended up exploding the house basically and going up in flames. And it was kind of like a duplex, I think, and there was like kind of like a little like resident area. And so I think it was 3.5 houses that were ruined, and like 12 people that were displaced from their homes because of water and fire damage. But yeah, that was a crazy night. I remember I was just like so shaken up. Like that night we all just like got together and we were like, all right, we just got to get off of campus right now. It was like some early hour in the morning, and we like drove all the way to like Westminster somewhere to go to like Village Inn. It was crazy. But yeah, that is where I learned that you should not have a ton of people jumping in unison together in a spot. So
Dude, what was the
yep.
song? What was the song you guys were jumping to?
What was it? It wasn't Hotel California, because I think that one played right before.
Oh my gosh. Can you
I don't know,
imagine?
maybe if Justin remembers.
Pursuit of Happiness. I'm in
Oh
a
yeah, it was
pursuit of happiness.
Yep.
I know. Dude,
Yep.
Lisa,
Yeah.
the hole was literally the size of us. Like, if we fell in there, we'd just be stuck. And I remember that night, I was there at the party too, but my sisters wanted to FaceTime me, so I left like 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes right before it happened. And I went back to the dorm to call my sisters, and that's when Justin called me, and he's just like, yo, we gotta get out of here. And I'm like, bro, what happened? He's like, take us to Village Inn right now. And I'm like, oh, the one down the street? Like, no, like far away. I was just like, oh shoot, like, oh, that's what, and it made it on the news and stuff, and like that house is like not even there anymore. It was pretty bad. Yeah.
It showed up on my Snapchat memories just recently, the video that I watched like the next day in the dorm room of the news story. And it was so funny because they're like, we're not really sure what caused this explosion to happen. It appears that there might have been too many people in the house. I was like, bro, it's a college campus.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
it was a weekend. What do you think happened? Too many people jumping up and down, I guess.
Dude, you know
Yeah.
what? After that, there's a rumor that Regis got a lot more admissions or people wanting to come to that school because they thought it was a party school. They're like, yeah, what's up? This small Catholic Jesuit, like, private school, like, they know how to turn up. Let's go.
Jesu lit.
Jesu lit. Let's go, Emily. Let's go.
That became a hashtag for like the next year at school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It blows ASU out of the water. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, true.
Lisa, what was your first college party? And how was it like?
My first college party was kind of like where I drank for the first time. My parents don't know this, but I was always like the shy girl, like the quiet girl that was always just like, oh, I'm just gonna follow the crowd and like be there. And then I drank a lot, and before that party, like the week of, my roommates were like, oh, like let's learn how to wall twerk. So then within our apartment, everyone was just like doing it, but like we're in a line, like twerking on the wall. I mean, I can't say it was good, but we were doing it. So then I like was drinking, and then I was like, guys, look what I can do. So I made a circle, and I was like, okay, guys, watch me, and I just did it. I'm so embarrassed. But then all my friends were like, "What have we gotten ourselves into?" Because they were like more the quiet group. And then they're like, does she belong with us?"
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. What's the most that you've drank, Lisa?
In one night I drank I think 17 shots.
Oh my
Oh my
god. Let's go. Are you a heavyweight? Are you a heavyweight?
I was at that
Oh.
time. I can't say that I am now, but at that time I was because it was kind of the end of the year. So at that time I had already drank so many times or so many nights that I was like, okay. So then I just went to a party and I just kept doing like shot for shot with everyone. And like all my friends were like, "Lisa, let's go take a shot." And I'd be like, "Okay." And it was like, yeah, it was fun. I didn't throw up. I didn't like have a hangover. Everything was fine.
Oh my
At that like
gosh.
back then, I think anything after like 13 felt the same because I usually just took 13 at parties in general.
Have you guys ever blacked out?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I haven't blacked out either. I have gotten really, really drunk where I thought I was gonna black out, but it never happened. Yeah. Well,
Same.
Emily, what's the craziest drunk moment you've ever had? Do you have like a time in Australia when you're studying abroad and you just got super what do they say in Australia? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's pretty similar to here.
Super schwasted.
It's trash. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think I ever really got that trashed when I was in Australia. I definitely got like drunk, but at that point I was a heavyweight. That was probably the most heavyweight I ever was. Because I was just drinking like pretty frequently. So alcohol did not bother me the same way then as it does now. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have any crazy stories. Maybe I have to think about that from studying abroad. You tell us your crazy study abroad stories, T. What did you do silly drunk? I know you
Okay,
have
you
something.
guys, just know that I'm super lightweight anyways, okay? Just a disclaimer, okay? So, when I was studying abroad, I was still pretty young, like 19. I had not like really drank that much ever before, right? Like maybe here and there at some parties, whatever, but I never really like knew my limit at all. I mean, I really didn't have to find out because I'm so small anyways. But it was the night before, so I'm in Spain. I'm studying abroad in Spain, and there's like a lot of different excursions that the school does. And so the next day we're going to Portugal. So I'm like, oh, okay, awesome. And some girlfriends and we got together, and it was like the Bachelorette or something that we were watching. So we all got drunk on like boxed wine and all these different types of wine. Literally like 30-cent wine. Like these girls were crazy. They were these sorority girls from like Alabama. They really like, they know their alcohol, I guess. But yeah, we drank like so much wine, and I remember like I was just like, I was having the spins. I was so out of it. And it's literally 4 a.m. and I have to get on the bus to go to Portugal at 6 a.m. I have 2 hours to sober up. And I was just like, shoot. Oh my God. And we're like, all of us are just like projectile vomiting in the bathroom. The wine does not sit well, especially cheap boxed wine. It wasn't like real wine. It was like cooking wine. Like it was like the bad one.
Yikes.
So I'm just like, oh my God, I need to go home and shower. So I like am stumbling through the streets of like freaking Spain, and and I'm fumbling with the keys, and I drop it so many times, and I have to pee so bad that I kind of pee a little bit on the floor, like outside the door. And I was just like, oh my God, my host mom, Pilar, she's gonna kill me. She's gonna yell at me in Espanol and everything. So I go in and I try to sneak in and try to take a shower, but I'm like still like throwing up while I'm taking a shower. Oh my God, guys, it was so bad. And like my roommate too, like we both like got drunk the same night and stuff, and she was also trying to sober up too, and like it just was not happening. We just showered, got ready, and like literally walked to the bus to go to Portugal. And I remember like the rest of my girlfriends, they were there too. And they're like, yo, how do you feel? And I'm like, no, it's not happening. It's literally a 3-hour bus ride to where we have to be. So I'm there like basically hungover. Like I'm having this massive migraine and we're on this bus ride. You can imagine like I wanted to throw up literally the whole time. Oh my god, my head, pretend this is like a bag, and I was just like like the whole time. Okay, I still do this to this day if I get like really nauseous in the car. But yeah, that was not good. And I did clean up the pee in front of the door, don't worry. Okay. But yeah, that night it was just so bad. I mean, I was able to sober up enough to like enjoy like where we were at. But guys, boxed wine, it's not it. It's not it, definitely.
That's impressive. You guys still made it to the bus and all.
I honestly,
That
I
is
don't know
crazy.
how. I still think back in my memory, I'm like, bro, how was I able to do that? Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Emily, were you able to think of something now?
Girl, honestly, I don't have any crazy stories like that. I really wish I did, but I guess I don't know. I'm trying to think of the most irresponsible thing I did when I was in Australia.
It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be drunk. It could be just anything in Australia. Because I think just being there is fun enough, right?
Yeah. Honestly, probably the worst part that was most embarrassing was that I had to learn how to take public transportation. And I'd never really traveled on public transportation before. And yeah, there was like one point I didn't realize how buses worked. And I didn't realize that I had to like ask for my stop, and I was like, well, I don't know where I'm supposed to stop. But yeah, that was bad. I ended up missing my stop and then ended up having to walk for like an hour because I went way past my stop. That was interesting to try to figure out that whole system. Fought any kangaroos? I did not fight any kangaroos. I pet a lot of kangaroos, and let me tell you, the kangaroos are way softer than you would think. Like, I thought I was going to go to Australia and really enjoy the koalas, but no, actually, the kangaroos are way better than the koalas. They're way softer too. So, just in case you guys were wondering, definitely.
I love koalas.
Are they scary? They're definitely like scary looking. Some of those animals are pretty buff. It's crazy. And if you like look at their tail, it's like an iron rod. It's insane. They're just like so like I don't know, it's pretty solid. But no, they're super sweet. They yeah, I have this video of one. I was like feeding it and I was holding the bag of food and it decided I was trying to feed another one and it like hops up kind of like on me and grabs hold of like my hand and just like sticks its face in the bag of food that I was holding. It was so cute. But yeah, no, they're the sweetest animals ever.
Aw, that's so sweet. Did you get to travel around while you're in Australia, or did you just stay in like Brisbane or Sydney or wherever you were?
I traveled around a little bit. I was in Brisbane. I went to Sydney for like a week with a friend, and then this friend that I ended up having classes with her, so that's how I got to meet her. But she's from Australia, like she lives there, and she had family like up the coast, like Sunshine Coast and all. So we would go up there and kind of do more of like the local stuff. We went to like Noosa Heads and stuff like that, but it was a different experience, I feel like, because I knew some of the other people who were in my like study abroad cohort, and they were doing like all the typical touristy things, which I was like, oh, that sounds kind of fun. But honestly, I think I enjoyed more of like seeing the beaches that like only the locals knew about and kind of like eating at places that, you know, were more off the radar and stuff. So I think I preferred that experience a little bit more than if I were to just be like a tourist the whole time.
That's great. Yeah.
But how about you, T? I know you did quite a bit of traveling, right?
Oh my god. Okay. I think a lot of people choose to travel or like study abroad in Europe because you can like jump around to different countries. And honestly, it's really great. Like I'm really glad I got to do that. I think my favorite place that I went to was Amsterdam. Because the food is amazing. Like there's just so much to see. And also like oh, what's that book called? The one where the girl has cancer, you know?
Fault in Our Stars.
Yes, The Fault in Our Stars. That was like just like popular like a few years ago, so we're all like, oh, we had to find like where they sat. Literally, there's canals everywhere, so you can never find where they sat. But no, I loved it. It was great, and like one of the coolest things I did. Well, okay, not coolest, but one of the things I did. In Amsterdam, weed is like a huge thing, but they disguise it very like cleverly. So we like walked into like a coffee shop. Yeah, that's literally what it was. It was a coffee shop. Walked into a coffee shop just wanting, I don't know, coffee. And they're like, hey, you want a space muffin? And I'm like, what makes this space? Okay, that's the story of how I had an edible in Amsterdam.
Amazing.
But it was great. It was really cool. Where else have I been? I've been to Brussels too. Really cool. Honestly, Europe is just like a bunch of like castles, churches, wineries, I guess. Yeah, it's really cool. I think my favorite place overall was this little city in Italy called Cinque Terre. Cinque Terre. I'm so bad. I'm sorry. But it's literally like along the Italian coastline. There's like dolphins, and you can like go to each of the 5 little towns that it has. You can either hike it. What we did, we went on a ferry boat and we just like traveled to each of the little towns, and they're all little, like they have their own specialty. Like one is really known for their limoncello, another's really known for their beach, and another's known for like their calamari. So oh my god, it was great. I would highly recommend doing that. I would not recommend going to Rome. Rome is very overrated. You guys, it's just the Colosseum. Just look it up on Google Images. That's literally what it is. Like there's nothing special about it. It's just broken building. I guess it's cool that it's like 1,000,000 years old, but there's so many other amazing things to see. You don't have to be caught up in all like the super touristy things.
You know what's not overrated though in Australia is the Great Barrier Reef. If you ever have the chance to go, definitely make it to the Great Barrier Reef.
Wait, is it? I thought it was dead.
Okay, that's what everyone says, but then like whenever we were there, the person on our boat was like, yeah, like it's dying, but it's not at the rate that everyone thinks it is. So I don't know. I guess it's not as bad as we're made to believe. But yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely try and take a trip soon though, because who knows.
Yes. Definitely like the best place on earth to me, personally, I'm a little biased, was Sevilla, Spain, southern Spain. It's like it's like San Diego weather, but there's like people dancing everywhere. Literally flamenco, like all the time. The food is hella good. It's just amazing. Like if you guys ever have a chance to travel, I would highly, highly recommend Sevilla, Spain. Out of all like the European cool places, this is definitely the one. If you want like great weather and really cool people. Yeah. Lisa, did you travel during college and stuff?
During college, I went to Japan for a month for winter break with my family.
Japan? That's super cool.
Yeah.
How is that?
It was really fun. I mean, it was with family, so it's like as fun as you can have with family. But if I was with like friends, I think we would have partied more or like gone out like during nightlife more. But other than that, I think the food was really good. I had like a lot of fancy like sushi because my uncle only like booked us like 4 or 5-star hotels, and we went to like I think 6 different places. So it was really nice.
Did you get to go to those naked bathhouses?
Oh, onsens?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I did.
Oh my god, were you naked?
Yeah, I was.
Was that awkward? Was that
No, it was so awkward because they give you a cloth like literally the size of like your face basically, and they're like, okay, here you go, because like, you're supposed to like scrub yourself, right?
right,
And
right.
like I walked in there and like everyone went with their friends, but like my aunt was like, "Do you want to go with me?" And I was like, "No, I'll go by myself."
Oh my god. I can only imagine like do you guys ever go to the gym and in the locker room there's like this old Asian lady with like her saggy and she's just full on naked. Like she does not care. She gives no care in the world who's looking at her punanai. Like I like that's all I imagine. Like if I were ever to go to an onsen, like
Yeah. I mean, there were like old people and young people. I just was like in a corner by myself by the door. So in case if I wanted to leave, I can just like run out. And like you have to like before you go in there, you have to like take your clothes off too. And I was like, am
oh.
I doing this right? Like do I what do I do? It was so awkward. I think I stayed for like 10 minutes and then I left.
Really? You didn't get to go into like the water or
No, I
anything?
did go into the water.
Okay, okay.
I sat in the water and I was like, okay, this is cool. It's yeah, it's cool. And then I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm gonna go back to the hotel or like my room.
Oh no. You know, I heard that there's like you're not allowed to go in there if you have tattoos. Is that right?
I think Japan is just against tattoos in general.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. They have very
Yeah.
specific rules when you have tattoos. Like you have to cover it up or they have like
Mhm.
very special like locker rooms or different onsen specifically if you have a tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Hmm.
Did you like
I
have like any experiences like weird like cultural rules or stuff? Emily, you can attest to
mm,
this too if there are any like weird culture shocks that you guys experience.
for Japan because I'm not like a weeaboo or anything. I didn't know anything about Japan. I just went because my uncle's like fiance at the time was like Japanese, so we went to go visit her family. But like on like going up the stairs or downstairs, escalators, like there's a side that you have to stand on. It depend it depends on the city. So I think Tokyo was like you stand on the left if you're like idle, and on like the right side of the stairs you're like walking up. So like I didn't know that. So then my aunt was like standing there. People were like, move. So then like she was standing right in front of me. And I was like, oh my god, there's not enough space because it's so packed there. And I didn't go to Naruto Japan. I was close to there. Hmm.
Do you watch anime
Yeah.
now, Lisa? Like would you go back and would you understand more?
Um. Yes. Maybe. I don't
Do
know.
you,
I feel like anime is very different from like regular life. I don't I don't expect people to be like breaking out and like fight like they're fighting each other on the street.
Dude, I want to go to Japan so bad. That's like on my bucket list for sure.
I'll go with you. Let's go together.
Yes, let's go.
Emily needs to.
I want to go to the
Yes.
Pikachu Cafe, the Hello Kitty Cafe, all
I
of
was
it.
outside of a Pikachu cafe.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know
Everyone
what?
was on like their Pokemon Go app, like catching Pokemons.
Oh my god, that's amazing. You know what I really want to go to? It's kind of like weird, but like they have like maid cafes or like
Mm,
butler boy cafes or something. Yeah. Those sound
see,
super interesting.
that's why I couldn't. Going with family was kind of awkward because why would I go to like a maid cafe with like my aunt? Like that's kind of weird.
I know. Oh my gosh. Uh, were there weird things people did in Australia?
Honestly, the biggest like difference I felt was just like how much nicer people were and just like their language. I don't know. They had some really weird words which I had to like figure out what the words meant. But other than that, Australia was like so like pretty similar to being like in America. And like while they had their differences, they were very obsessed with like America. Like they kept up with everything like America. So I got a lot of questions about like politics and stuff while I was there. And
Of course.
yeah, it was an interesting time. But um, yeah, it wasn't anything like super crazy. I mean, obviously they drive on the opposite side of the road in the car, so that was like a big adjustment. Um, yeah, but nothing super crazy that I can think of.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
How how about in Spain?
Um, I'm trying to think. Nothing like so weird. Again, like during the time that we went, America was very hot in politics. So I definitely got a lot of questions with that. The only thing like weird, I guess, was like everyone called me Chinese, but I mean, I don't blame them because that's all they know, right? Um,
Right.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, definitely like the
Oh.
guys there are actually not that cute. I'll be honest. Spanish
Oh.
guys, I'm gonna be honest, they're not that cute. Go a little bit
Okay.
south to Italy, a little cuter. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Maybe a little bit more to like Greece or Morocco. Oh, huh? There you go. A little color. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Are you guys cool if we segue into the juicy stuff? I want to talk
Yeah.
about, well, since I got on the topic of boys, I want to know your ideal type. Like, what do you look for in a guy? And like, does your celebrity crush kind of like look like your ideal type? Tell me. Spill the tea. Let me know, girls.
Emily?
Yikes. I don't know. I feel like I've never really had like a um I guess the biggest thing for me, and this just sounds super cliche, but it's definitely got to be um like personality. Like if the guy doesn't have a good personality, then it's kind of, I don't know. Like that just kind of kills it all for me. But um as far as
Emily, I want to know all the niche
like
stuff, all the weird things that you think is cute, but other people will be like, eh.
wait, sorry. I think my thing just disconnected. Can you guys still hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Sorry. What were you saying?
I was saying,
What did I miss?
I want to hear all the niche stuff. Like all the stuff that you think is cute, but other people will be like, "What?"
Okay, I think there's only one, and I think you know it. I've always had this thing with like crooked bottom teeth.
Let's go. I
think
love
it's
it.
super attractive. I was like thinking about it earlier today. I was like, where did this even come from? And all I can remember is when I was like younger, probably like early high school. I just remember like sitting in my room at one point. I was like maybe watching a movie or something, and I was like, we live in this world where people just strive for perfection, and I was like, I just kind of like think it's just very attractive when people aren't perfect. And I think at the time I probably had braces, so I was like, oh yeah, like gotta like make your teeth look like right and whatever. And I was like, what's really attractive though is like when people have crooked bottom teeth. So ever since then, I don't know, it's just kind of stuck. That's kind of my
Not the
thing now.
top, only the bottom.
Only the bottom. I guess I prefer if the top's like straight, but I guess I'm not too picky.
Oh my gosh, I get it. I like how you like the imperfect, but find the perfect in the imperfect. It's cute.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that. But did that like ever relate to like your celebrity crush? Like, oh, Zac Efron, he has crooked bottom teeth. I'm so into him.
No, honestly, I don't think that was more of a thing I think I kept like as a preference for like real people, like people that I actually knew and had crushes on. But yeah, my celebrity crush, I don't know, I'm trying to think now. I feel like they probably all have like pretty decent teeth. But yeah.
Because they're celebrities.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who was your celebrity crush? Give us a Pinterest board. Tell me.
Oh, okay. I think I narrowed it down to like 3 people. So, no, okay, maybe 4. It will be 4. So, okay, one of my big ones, and he's like been one. Actually, he was like the only guy I think I've ever like really cried over for knowing that I like would not be able to marry him one day. When I was in high school, I just got super sad at one point. But Chad Michael Murray, and he is still one of my favorites. Like to this day, I will watch all of his movies that come out. Yeah, he's like old now and like married and has kids, and I'm like, it's okay. There's like still a chance. But definitely him. Another one is Theo James. I don't know if you guys know him, but if you've seen Divergent, he plays 4. Um,
Wait.
yeah,
Yes. Yes, I do. Yep.
yes, tall, dark, and handsome.
Yep.
I guess that's kind of my thing. Um, and then the other ones, I feel like I've always had a thing for Grant Gustin. I don't know. In the Flash, I'm just like, my sister and I will watch it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, how is someone that cute? I don't know. I think he has a nice smile, but actually, he doesn't have like super perfect teeth.
Oh.
But
Oh.
and I guess the
Crooked?
last one would be, I mean, just not like picture perfect. Yeah, they're not that bad, but the other one would be Scott Eastwood, I think, because everyone loves a good cowboy.
Oh, rodeo! Take me to your rodeo, girl.
Have you seen The Longest Ride, the Nicholas Sparks?
I have not.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, girl, we gotta watch that. You haven't
Okay.
seen it either, Lisa?
Nope.
Okay, girls' movie night.
Let's do it.
Go.
Let's
It's
go.
a good
Let's
one.
go.
Yeah. Okay. What about you guys? Celebrity crushes.
Lisa, go.
The only one that I can really remember is Woozy from 17, like this one K-pop group, and he has nothing. I don't think he's like my ideal type. I don't even know why I like him. I just like him, and I haven't like let go of him. So,
Oh, you're loyal,
Love it.
girl. I like
am
it.
loyal.
I like
I
that.
am loyal.
Yes, yes. I love that. But what do you look for? What is something niche? You're like,
Okay.
oh my gosh, yes, he has this. I
Okay.
love it.
Okay, he doesn't have to have it, but I like seeing collarbones. I don't know why. I just think they're so attractive.
Lisa,
Like, I don't know, show me your collar. I'm just kidding.
Do you like the V-necks on guys? That low cut shirt?
No. What if they're like just shirtless? I don't know. Like
Oh, okay.
a nice collarbone is, I don't know, shoulders and collarbones are like nice to me.
Lisa,
Or like
are you just into skinny guys?
I don't even know. Maybe. I don't even know. I mean, I also like pretty not pretty hands, but like well-kept hands, cuz I don't want to see like dirty fingernails.
True.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
big
Yeah.
turn off. Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, very dog. For girls and guys, I feel.
Yeah.
Fair.
For sure. Wait, are you guys like, okay, pog or dog? A six-pack abs or dad bod? Which one?
I like in between.
You like the in-between? You don't want too
Yeah.
much of a beer gut, but you don't want it to be so chiseled that it makes you feel a little
Yeah.
self-conscious, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
True.
know.
True.
I've never really been into like the big like gym dudes. I'm just like I feel like I'll be crushed or something.
What are you talking about, Lisa? You would crush them. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go.
Oh my gosh. What are your guys' like turn-ons or turn-offs even? Like when you see tattoos and piercings, are you like, "No, stay away." Or are you like, "Oh, hello." Pog or dog, tattoos and piercings.
I feel like a
Pause.
little bit is okay, but a lot is not what I go for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everything needs like a little bit of balance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about like glasses?
Oh my god, I love glasses. Sorry. I don't know. I think glasses look so good on people. I don't know. Like T, you look so good right now.
Oh, you're so sweet. You look good too, girl. Oh my gosh. Emily, would you agree? Like if a guy put glasses on, is he like instantly more attractive?
I think it depends
Oh.
on like the type of glasses.
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
You know
But-
the like super rectangular ones?
Mine?
Yeah.
No. They're
Yeah,
like,
no.
okay, it's like wired. It's like this, but it's like super rectangular. And they kind of look like a 40-year-old like engineering dad.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying it depends.
What are you talking about? It's hot, right? Right, Lisa?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
of
so
course.
hot.
So
Complete with the
hot.
dad bod, yeah.
Oh my
Is that
gosh.
weird though, liking glasses? Because I like braces on people.
Lisa,
Really?
that's kind of a niche thing too.
Okay, I feel like that was more of like a high school Lisa. 'Cause people
Okay.
usually have braces in like high school when they're younger. I was like, oh my god, he has braces. He's so cute.
Oh my gosh.
True. I mean, like, I think I felt the same way when I was in high school. Like, oh, like your cuteness factor, like, is just a little bit elevated when you have like braces, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, braces and glasses. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Braces, glasses, collarbones. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. What about facial hair? A little bit of this, a little fuzz. Huh?
You know, I used to always be like, I can't do facial hair.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. But then now I'm like, some people look good with facial hair. So if they
Yeah.
look good with it, then I like it. If they don't look good with it, then I would ask them to not.
Honestly, it depends. Like, they just need to have it look like clean shaven, you know? Like, they can have facial hair as long as it looks like well groomed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But overall, like, I'd prefer it without. But then some guys, they literally look like
13.
prepubescent. Yeah, basically. And then they kind of need it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, I realize that now. But like, I don't know. Back in high school, I was like, not really my thing.
Yeah.
True.
Oh my gosh. My celebrity crush, Emily, you probably know. I have a thing for halfies. Like, my best friend is a halfie. She's half black, and my like Justin, he's half Filipino. I don't know, I just have a thing. But J.R. Selski, the Olympic speed skater, he is the love of my life. He is my, you know that Wong Fu video, the who, what, when, where. He's my who, what, when, where. He is he's my everything. Oh my god. I was just like, wow. He has this huge tattoo, and like he like is Olympian, and he's happy, and I was just like, this is everything I want in a man. Oh my gosh. When Justin asked me in college, he was like, oh, what's your type? Like, I just couldn't tell him right off the bat, like, oh yeah, I'm into half Filipino boys. Like, no, like, I'm not gonna tell him that. Never
Get out yourself.
Never ever boost a man's ego, okay? Lisa.
Yeah, never ever.
Never ever. So I'm like, I just saw like, what's the next best thing? I guess Latino guys are cute. I like Latino guys, so that's kind of, yeah.
Really?
I mean, they're cute, right? But
You know, in high school, I always thought that I would like date or marry a Latino or Asian guy, or Hispanic or Asian.
oh, Lisa.
Yeah, it's because all the people in my school were either Asian or like Hispanic or like Latino.
That's like the opposite for me. Everyone in my school was like white. Or
Really?
yeah, there are very few Asian people. Yeah. I mean, we grew up in Colorado, so it was a little bit different.
True.
Yeah. Wait, do you guys have any like crushes on animated characters?
I
Like,
used to have a crush on Danny Phantom.
yes! Oh my god, Danny Phantom! I
Okay, I think I realized that it's the white hair that gets to me, because all like the anime people that I watch, I'm like, oh my god, white
know.
hair.
The white hair, Gojo. I just
Yeah.
Gojo.
Oh my
Oh my gosh.
Or what's that one Naruto dude? I don't know. Jiro's probably know.
Sasuke.
Sasuke has white hair? The
Wait, no.
teacher.
Never
the teacher
mind.
dude.
I'm thinking.
know.
I don't know.
The one with like the slanted.
I
like,
know what you're talking
headband.
about. I know what you're talking about. Emily's like, what?
Sorry.
Yeah, I have no idea, but
No, it's okay. You know what? I just realized this the other day. Danny Phantom's half ghost.
I
It
know.
It just goes with my whole happy like trend. It has
oh my
to be.
gosh.
I
It
know.
was meant to be.
It's meant to be. Danny Phantom and I. Kakashi.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
Sorry.
was like, whoa. It's
I
always
was-
the white hair dudes.
I was thinking of the meme like Sasuke. Honestly, like it's the voice for me. Like any animated character, if their voice sounds really nice, I'm like, wow. Like I'm hooked. Like Zuko, like okay, Zuko is
Zuko. Oh, he's the one with the patch, right? Or
it's a
the
scar, Lisa.
Yeah, the scar. I'm sorry. I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like his voice, like he looks really cute. I mean, not season 1 or 2, but like later when he cuts off his hair and like he looks more like a little K-pop boy, that's when he
Mm.
looks really cute. But it's his voice. Like Dante Bosco has this very raspy, deep
Dante
voice.
Bosco.
He's just wow, amazing. Amazing.
Oh
I
my
love
god.
him. Yes. Yeah. A lot of people say they like the fox from Zootopia for like the same reason.
For the
Mm.
voice?
For the voice, I guess like the way he acts too, like, you know, he's kind of like aloof, like kind of like the jerk, but has a sweet side, you know? So a lot of people find that attractive. But again, it's like kind of weird because he's like a fox, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you guys have any anime?
Yeah,
Emily, I'm looking at you.
yeah. So yeah, not a fox, but a raccoon.
Did you say raccoon?
Yeah, RJ from Over the Hedge, like the main raccoon guy. It's like the same thing, like his voice and like his personality. I don't know. It's attractive.
Who would have known? Over the hedge. Am I right?
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
gosh, it's so funny. No, honestly, like who else? I had a huge crush on like Robin from Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Just I think
The
at that
leadership.
time, like cuz I grew up in Colorado, there's so few Asian guys that anyone that looked remotely Asian, I would just be like, "Oh yeah, I have a crush on him for sure."
Is Robin Asian?
I don't know. Probably not. It's the black hair. That's it. Oh my god. Even like the animes I watched, like Haikyuu,
Mm-hmm.
Kageyama, the one with the black hair. Yes, he's mine. I just say he's just wow, amazing. Oh my gosh. Uh, just a disclaimer: no furries here. We're just you know, we're just saying. Okay, just saying. Oh my gosh. Um, I want to know your guys's your first. Like, I want to know what was your first kiss like?
Uh,
Emily?
oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
It was so bad. We're gonna start on a bad note.
It's okay.
Um,
Mine is bad too. Mine is bad
I
too.
think everyone's is bad, right?
Right. First are not
okay,
supposed to
okay.
be good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I was literally trying to do homework. I was like sitting at my desk and he was like hovering over my shoulder and I was like, this is weird. And yeah, and then I don't know, I was like just like looking at my computer and then all of a sudden his like lips are up at my lips and I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're doing this then." Yeah, it was not great by any means. But
Oh no. Oh
Was it just
no.
like a peck?
I think it was like a couple of kisses. Yeah, it wasn't just like a
Mm.
peck. Yeah. He was going for it. I was like, "Bro, I'm just trying to finish this assignment."
Bro, leave me alone.
Yeah,
Seriously. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Lisa, how is your
I don't know if it counts, so I'll say the first and second. But
Okay.
so my ex asked me out in my room, and I was like, sure. Like he's like, do you want to be my girlfriend? I was like, sure. I didn't even say yes. I was like, okay, sure. And we walked downstairs, and all of our friends were outside waiting. They're like, just kiss her, then we can leave. So then like he did like the little like K drama thing where they like put their hands up on the wall like to block you, and then he like went in, and I turned my head, so he got like the side of my lip, and I was like, no, this can't be the first one. Oh, so I don't know if it counts or not. If it doesn't count, then we were like, cause okay, the only rebellious thing I did as a before going to college was like I would bring my boyfriend over when my parents weren't home, so we just hang out in my room, and they never knew he came over for like a whole
Oh,
year.
suspicious.
Very innocent. But we were like downstairs laying on the couch, and he was like, the couch isn't like really like what is it? It's like a one person seat, you know. He was like laying behind me, and then he told me to turn around. I turned around, and he just like put his lips on mine. I was like, okay. And then like I just turned back around, like kept watching TV.
Oh,
It was so
oh my
awkward.
gosh, no. Oh no. Why?
Yeah, so
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay, T, okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I guess mine also doesn't really count either because it was in the high school play that I was in.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. It was embarrassing because my parents were there. So my parents had to watch me have my first kiss on
You didn't
stage.
practice it?
What? Oh, well, okay. This is really awkward. So you know how I said before, like, my school took theater super seriously and blah, 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 all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like, the director was like, you need to get up in there and kiss him. And I'm 14 years old. I've never kissed anybody in my life. And I was just like, I don't know. I can't do it. And so we like practiced like this, like for the longest time until like literally the director was like, okay, now take your thumb away and kiss him. And I was just like, I can't do it. I'm too shy. I can't do it. The poor guy, like this guy, he's literally my neighbor. Like, can you imagine how awkward it would be like walking to the bus stop and be like, oh, hey, like, gonna kiss you later today. Okay, cool. You know, like, oh my God, it was so bad. But we had to do that play like 3 nights in a row. So I had to like make out with this guy essentially on stage in front of my parents 3 times. And it was that I was literally like, I was just like, trying not to like pucker up or anything. It was so bad. But I guess like my first real kiss was with Justin, and I totally missed his mouth. I was trying to be all cute and romantic, and I just went in really quickly, and I literally like Lisa the same thing. I just like kissed like the side of his like cheek.
Oh no.
I know. Well, honestly, I went in for the cheek, but I guess I was a little too close to his mouth. So yeah, that was my first. Yeah, great technique. It was great.
Yeah.
Definitely the first time is the worst time for sure. Did you guys have any awkward first dates?
I don't know. I don't really count it as a date unless the guy's like, all right, let's go on a date, or like, this is a date, you know? So technically I've never been on a date.
Oh. Well, to answer Justin's question, what happened after that? We just kissed like normal. I don't know. But yeah, my first date with Justin, we went to a restaurant called Linger, and it was really cool because it was like small plates, tapas or whatever, basically like Asian fusion food. It was really good. I remember like they gave us like popcorn as an appetizer, and me trying to be cute and playful, I like threw popcorn at him like in the movies, and he's just like, cut it out. Stop.
No way.
You're being a kid right now. I'm like, okay, sorry. But no, it was a good day. It was a really good day. And then like we got ice cream, like Little Man's was like right underneath, which was like the ice cream creamery underneath. And it was like super icy and stuff around. And so we're walking back to my car, and like Justin's like, oh, just wait, like it's a little icy, like be careful. I'm like, oh, okay. And I like kind of slip a little bit, and then as he's like trying to catch me and hold me, he like falls straight on his ass. Like just he literally fell on, like not on me, but he fell. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like are you okay? He's like, oh well, I guess I fell for you. And I was like, oh, that's really cute. Yeah.
Oh my god, I love pickup lines. Sorry.
Emily, did you have a good first date?
Yeah, I'm kind of like Lisa, where I only consider it if it was like actually planned or like specifically asked to be on a date. So, I guess I've only really been on like 2 technically, and they were with both like guys that I dated. But they were good. The one was like a semi-pro soccer game, and then the other one was like a sushi and ice cream date. Actually, we went to Little Man's too, for that one after sushi. Little Man's is a great place to go.
It's just so romantic. There's like anywhere with like lights around and ice cream.
True.
It's just so romantic. Just something about it.
True.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you guys have like an ideal like date? Like let's say you know, your celebrity crush asks you out on a date. What would you want it to be? I know like I'm really into like carnivals. I like the pretty lights and stuff, and like just having fun and being really playful. I think like carnival like dates are super cute. Yeah. What is your guys' ideal date?
Mm,
Mm?
Lisa?
Wink, wink, hint,
Um,
hint for people in the chat, you know?
I like. Okay, I know that everyone says it's a bad idea, but I really like the movie and dinner date.
Hmm.
But okay, I talked about it with Preston, and he was like, "But you can't talk in a movie theater." I was like, "That's true." So then he made me change it to a drive-in and dinner, so you could talk during the
Mm.
movie without bothering anyone. I think it's so cute. I just want to do it one day.
Those are super cute. Yeah, and you like have blankets out and like you have all
Yeah.
your snacks. Super cute. Super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Until
I don't
he's
know. I
like,
feel like,
let's go to the back seat.
oh, deep.
Wow, T.
I'm sorry, Emily, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like mine would be like doing something. Like I like the simple, but also I feel like I don't know, I like doing activities. Like I want to be outside. Like let's go do something like let's go hiking or like let's go like horseback riding or just do like something outdoors. I don't know. Something that like in case it is awkward, I guess, like you have something else to do or talk about. I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can see you being more like adventure junkie and
Yeah.
wanting to be out there. Yeah.
Yes,
You know
yes.
what's funny? I have a teacher and her honeymoon was literally camping. And I'm like, girl, you could have gone to Bali. You could have gone to Cancun, Mexico or something with your boo. But you chose to go to the Rocky Mountains to go camping. I don't know, like to
Wow.
each their own, right? But
Could not be me.
yeah, it could not be me. Honestly, like I want like the whole thing, like to if I could go back to Italy for my honeymoon and go back to like those like little islands, the Cinque Terre, like I was talking about, like that's my dream for sure. Do you guys
Is
have
that your dream honeymoon tea?
yes, wink wink hint hint. Hello?
Yeah.
For people in chat, you know?
For people in the chat
Yeah.
just saying.
Lisa, what's your dream honeymoon?
I never really thought about a honeymoon. Like I'm trying to just
No?
get my first date out of the way first.
Oh
And
my
she's
goodness.
like, there are steps. We gotta take the
There are
steps.
Oh man.
Do you have one,
Oh.
Emily?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I guess it's kind of similar to tea, but I have always wanted to do the Amalfi Coast in Italy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's just like a like romantic spot, but the
It's
wine and yeah,
yes.
it's great.
The wine, the food, the views, the
Yes.
dolphins, everything. It's just
Oof.
beautiful.
Down.
Yes. Oof.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you guys, what do you think of like okay, so since we're talking about honeymoons, what do you think of proposals? Because I know a friend, Emily, you probably know her too, Shelly. Sorry, Shelly. I have to call her out. But she like her like now husband proposed to her in a parking lot behind a Walmart. I just
That's
I mean,
different.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Like, okay, like maybe they got into a big fight or something, and it was the spur of the moment, and he just wanted to like express his love and all this stuff. He had the ring ready, like it just boom right there. We're at Walmart. Let's just do it. But like honestly, I mean, I'm not one for like a big like show or anything. Like, I'm not really into flash mobs or stuff. But like a parking lot, like come on, you want a little bit of spark. Am I right?
I mean, if it was at a parking lot, I'd rather them just do it at home. With like in
Mm,
the
Exactly.
living room or something.
sure.
Right, right. Yeah. I don't know the full story, but I was just like, oh man, girl, why did you say yes? I would have said, ask me again when we're in a nicer place and ask me correctly.
You see him getting down on the one knee to the parking lot. You're like, get up, get up, get up, get up.
Nope, get up. Get up right now. Oh my gosh. Do you guys have like a Pinterest or like an ideal like proposal or whatever that you've thought of?
I just know what I don't want. I don't know what I do want.
Okay, what don't you want?
I don't want like the big public. Like I don't want the Disneyland
Mhm.
proposal. I don't. I'd be so like embarrassed. Like everyone's looking at me. Uh, I think I don't know. I something more private. Maybe like if like closer family friends were there, I wouldn't mind that. Or like just something like special. But like I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't want
Something
like
that
yeah,
feels
like I don't
more
want the flash
intimate.
mobs.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. For sure. I feel that. I feel like the Disneyland, it really depends on the person. Like if they're hardcore like Disney fan, maybe. But like if you're
Mhm.
just doing it just for like the look of it, just for the video, then it's not special. It's just
Yeah.
basic.
Yeah.
You're just like every other bitch.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Right.
Emily.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely don't want something big in front of people. I definitely want it to be like just the two of us and the hidden photographer. Like
Mm.
I think I would prefer it to be like, like people go on like picnics or like hikes or something. Something again out in nature. Um, but just like with the like pretty background and whatever. And then yeah, of course someone there to capture the moment. I
Oh,
think it's
definitely.
important.
Always,
Yeah.
always have a hidden photographer for sure.
Yes.
I could just
Oh, like
Yeah.
imagine it, Emily.
posing.
You're like riding a horse alongside the beach in like Italy or whatever, and then you have your picnic, and then the what's one of your celeb crushes? I don't know. He gets down on one knee, and and that's when he asks. Like that just sounds amazing, you know.
Yeah,
But
perfect.
yes, yes, love it for sure. Oh my goodness. I think we are running a little bit over time, which is great. I'm glad like we got to like get to know each other and like talked a lot. Is there anything else you guys want to add or things we didn't touch on that you want to before we let the chat ask us some questions?
Yeah, I feel like we covered most of the stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Me
good.
too.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being on the podcast with me. And thank you, Justin, for letting us have the girls take over. It was much needed, much anticipated. Yes.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was fun. Thanks for having us, T.
Yes, yes. I'm glad I got to do with all my girlfriends who I care about the most. So it's awesome.
Yeah, should we open it up to chat?
Yes, chat. Give us some questions. Oh, did I get my hair done? J Race, I did. Thank you for noticing.
Wow.
I did.
Wow.
Oh.
But a long time ago, I just got highlights. Okay, you can't even see them right now. Yes. what do you guys?
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that.
What do you do for skincare? Oh, J Rays, let me put you on it. These girls need to be educated. Okay, let me tell you.
Mhm.
Oh
You
boy.
you
Sit
need your
back, Krista.
cleanser. We have the same cleanser, J Ray, so you already know. I basically
You
have the
do?
same. Yes, we have the same skincare routine.
No way.
Wow.
Literally, J Ray's he's on top of his stuff. Like mad respect to this guy for being like, yeah, very educated about his skincare. I love it. Love to see it. You need the cleanser. But you need a special cleanser. You can't just get any cleanser, okay? I have oily prone skin, so I need the one that says for oily prone skin. You know, if you guys have normal, you need the like regular. Just cause like we all have different skin. It reacts in different ways. You know what? I got Justin the CeraVe facial cleanser, and his face is just a million times better. Let me just tell you, it's just so much softer. But after your cleanser, you don't need all this other stuff in between that they'll try to sell you. I do because I have acne and unfortunately I'm not blessed like Lisa and Emily over here who have not a blemish on their face, okay? Some of us are not genetically like advantaged like that. So I have all this random stuff in the middle, like niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, glycolic acid, clindamycin, blah blah blah, all this like stuff. Emily, do you even know what I'm talking about?
It's like a foreign
It's
language
like
to me.
chemistry.
Yeah,
it's like chemistry.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
You just need your
We're lost.
cleanser and your moisturizer and sunscreen. That's literally all you need. Yes.
I don't know. I would disagree. I would say all you need is like water, a
That's what
balanced
I'm
diet,
No,
some
no,
exercise,
no, no, no.
and wash your face with soap like once a day or every other day.
I mean, yeah, I agree with Emily. Cause I have dry skin. Sometimes it like just starts peeling. All I just do is put like Vaseline on my face, and I
Oh.
just sleep with it. And the next day it's like soft. So that's all I do.
Perfect.
Just some people
Whatever
just
works.
don't understand the acne girl struggle, okay? It's just so hard being me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I mean, like, really, like, if you don't do any skincare, which is okay, just have sunscreen. That's all you need. Just sunscreen.
I
You-
bought this sunscreen and I've used it on twice, but on my hand, like literally just to test it out, like right here, and that's it. And I haven't used it since.
I'm gonna be looking like I'm
Wow.
25, while all of you guys be looking like you're 80. Okay, I'm just saying. Get your sunscreen. Okay, it's important. That was my TED Talk. Thank you. Okay, we won't get into it anymore. Yes, preach. Does chat have any more questions?
She's just waiting.
I'm just No, this is really fun, you guys. Thank you again for coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, Lisa, you had to rush because you just got off of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a shower and I was like, no, my hair looks weird.
No, it looks good. It looks good.
Thanks.
Yes. Emmy was our veteran podcaster.
Yeah, in the waiting room, we were all like, oh my god, we're so nervous. And Emily was giving us tips on
I
how
know,
to
she's
do
like, guys, it's gonna be okay, just chill. And Lisa and I are like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
I was like, I can't see you guys. Where are you guys?
I can't. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess there's no more questions. Everyone did great. Thank you guys. Thank you. Give it up to my girls, Emily and Lisa. Thank you guys again for
For
being on the
host.
podcast. Yes.
Tea.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a different type of JussRuss. Yes. Yes. Okay, I think we'll end it here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the podcast. It was super fun to have the girls take over. Hopefully we could come back on pretty soon again. Take over part 2. Yes, yes. But for now, thank you guys. Support JussRuss. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.